Good morning and welcome to this week's Wednesday with Warbus. I'm here with Amanda Davis. She's our public relations person, and she's going to tell us all about the new app. If you haven't heard about our new Altus Public School app, it's everything Altus Public Schools, everything Altus Bulldogs. So tell us how we can download it, and then where we go from here.
So we do have a new app this year. It is the Altus app. It can be downloaded from any device, whether it's Apple or Google in the Google Play Store, any of those. It's a free app. It is a little white box with the Altus Bulldog logo. It's like you said, it's all things Altus Schools. So once you get into the app, once you download it and get into the app, you get to choose the schools that you would like to see preference that automatically pop up. You can always get back to the other schools to do some exploring, but the great thing that is there are news articles, there are little bitty snippets, kind of like a Facebook or an Instagram post, little pictures with fun little descriptions. And then there's also the list of events. So like, for example, I have a student in high school, so I follow Altus High School, and I also follow Altus Athletics because I have an athlete at home. So if you have a student in elementary school, or a grandchild, or a neighbor, this is something that is for everyone in Altus, not just teachers and parents and students, but everyone in Altus can download the Altus app.
And it's free.
And it's free, yes. And so that's where everything Altus is going to start going. That's where we want everybody to go to the Altus app to get information for all things Altus.
Will it, so when you go, can you download just Altus Public Schools, or do you do Altus Public Schools and then whatever? Like if I wanted all the schools.
So you can, once you get in there, there's a little drop down, and you can select Altus Public Schools, you can select Altus Elementary, you can do one, you can do all 7 sites plus athletics. So you really can kind of customize it to what your preference is.
Does it, like some apps I have, they ding if there's something new on it? Does it do that,
so
or do you have to look for it?
That's actually a little bit of what I wanted to talk about today. So we want to make sure that app is up to date. If you downloaded it early on, you might just want to make sure, refresh, make sure there's not any updates. And then the other thing is to make sure that your notifications, that you allow notifications. So you may have to go into your settings where your other apps are listed, and just make sure that you've allowed those notifications if you want it to ding, or you want it to give you the little red dot if there's something new.
And one of mine and your favorite things about the whole app, tell us about the languages.
So my favorite thing about the whole app, we, the app is part of a company that we're going with. So this actually goes for our website and our app. But with the app, whatever the phone language is, so we have somebody in our district whose phone language is Spanish, or their phone language is Mandarin, anything that is typed out or written out and sent through the app, they will see on their end in their phone language. Wow. So as an end user, my interns and I are the ones to kind of push out some of that information, so we can send it out in English, but they'll receive it in Spanish or Mandarin or whatever the language of their phone is.
There's like 1,000 languages they can choose from.
There are. There's a multitude of languages, and if there's something we need that we don't have, we can obviously call the company and they can work on that for you. The same thing with the app. There's going to be a rooms button at the bottom, and that's going to be more for parents and guardians and students to be able to communicate with teachers and activity advisors, coaches, those kind of things. But that also will allow teachers to message parents or guardians one-to-one or one to just a few, and they'll receive that in their home language, their phone language as well. So as an English-speaking teacher, I could send a message to a Spanish-speaking parent. They're going to see it in Spanish, they're going to respond in Spanish, and then I'm going to receive it on my end in English again. So it's going to give us a communication tool that we've not ever had before, and really just make us a little bit closer here, a little closer knit community, because we're going to be able to talk to everyone.
That's amazing. So also all the different organizations will be a part of it. So if I'm in the band organization, or I'm on the academic team.
Yes, so the rooms piece of it works with Infinite Campus, which is our student information system, and it pulls our students out according to the classes that they've been assigned. So if you have a 3rd grader that's in Miss Bowling's room, you're going to see Miss Bowling's name is going to pop up kind of on your app. But if you have a high school student and they have all 7 hours, you're going to see those 7 hours broken up individually. And then also we have the ability to go in and create groups or create rooms as well. So like I have a room for my interns. I have 4 student interns this year, and I have a room that's just my 4 interns. We've done rooms for like varsity football, JV football. We've done the ag classes. We've kind of broken some of their rooms up into some of their competition teams. So I know like the floral design competition team, they have a room that's just for them.
Okay. I lost my train of thought. I was going to ask another question.
So everybody's asking when is this going to come,
Yeah.
and we're so excited. We are really wanting it to be correct in Infinite Campus. We want everything correct before we put it in the parents' hands because it is something new, and we don't want anyone to be confused once they get it. So we're hoping next week parents and guardians will start getting either emails or they will get a text notification with instructions on how to download the app and then how to log in as that parent or guardian.
Oh, another thing that you can explain that I think is another great feature is that in the past, as a parent of several children or children that have several different teachers, there's lots of different apps that you have to follow as opposed to now all one app.
So Altus Public Schools, we've made the decision as an admin team and as faculty and staff, we are only using the Altus app. So everything that you're going to need Altus Schools is going to be on the Altus app as far as communicating with guardians and parents and teachers. Now, you will still need the Infinite Campus app if you like to check grades for your students. The parent portal is still there to check the grades and account balances and those kind of things. But as far as communicating with teachers, we're going to use the app, and there's not going to be 15 out there floating around for Altus Schools. It's only going to be the one for all athletics, all extracurriculars, and everybody pre-K through 12th grade.
And one thing for our parents, I would like for them to know up front is, our teachers are trying to teach. They've got a full day's work. So if they are trying to communicate with the teacher, it may be a 24-hour turnaround?
We've said a 24-hour turnaround just because we don't want our teachers to have to stop in the middle of teaching. A lot of them are extracurricular sponsors, or they have other activities that they have that they're going to, and we want them to be able to enjoy their kids at home and have dinner at home with their families and those kind of things. So if it's not an emergency, we're going to say a 24-hour response time.
Okay.
The other thing is that email is not going away, and phone calls are not going away either. So you could get an email or a phone call from a child's teacher as well. But the main way we're going to communicate is through the app.
That's awesome. And so first thing, they need to download the app.
Yes.
And just expect lots more information coming in the form of a text, a handout, or an email.
Yes, text, handout, email, social media. Just really kind of be on the lookout starting the 1st of September, which is next week. And we should be rolling hopefully by the end of next week.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. I think it's going to be an awesome thing. Hopefully you download that app. I've already downloaded it. We want everyone to download it, all your family, anybody. They don't have to be here in Altus. It can be somebody deployed. It's going to be an amazing thing. Well, we're right in the meat of everything going school-wise. It's going really well. Friday is our first football game. We're out of town. We're going to Ardmore, so there'll be an entourage going there. It's supposed to be a little bit rainy maybe, but that's okay. So if you're unable to go, you can watch it on OSN, the Oklahoma Sports Network, the Altus channel. It's the first channel. It's the best channel, the main channel. So be sure and check that. And also, we are having tryouts or auditions for our all-school production this week for Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
So very excited. I love that all-school production, great costumes. That time will be here before we know it, so good luck to everyone that's trying out for that. And as always, may God continue to bless Altus Public Schools.